Hey everybody, welcome back to a new video. In a recent video I made, I mentioned the mistake new photographers made by buying unneeded accessories with their new cameras. In this video, I'm going to turn the tables and do just the opposite. I'm going to tell you about the most valuable accessories that photographers aren't buying, but should. All of these can be had for under $100. Don't forget to stay for my bonus tip, where I'll share an amazing accessory that costs only $20 to help you get shots like this. My name is Simon D'Entremont and I'm a professional nature and wildlife photographer living in Eastern Canada. I make weekly videos giving you photo tips or taking you behind the scenes for nature and wildlife photography. Subscribe if you want to see more. First, a portable SSD drive. Now, if you're a professional photographer, you probably have a sophisticated backup strategy, maybe using network-attached storage or cloud storage, but I'm pretty sure that the vast majority of people just have photos laying around on their computer. This is a huge risk to your hard-earned efforts and precious memories. Now, for hobbyists, you may not need all of what a pro uses, but at a minimum, please get an SSD, a solid-state drive. These are external drives for your computer where you can back up important documents and your precious photos. SSDs have no moving parts and are an improvement over a hard disk drive with spinning disks that can be noisy and slow. The price has been coming down lately, and that's great news for you. You can get 1 terabyte of storage right now for under $100 US. Portable SSDs are a great leap forward for photo storage. While the technology has been around for a while, the price coming down has really opened this up and allows us to take advantage of their benefits. They're quieter, faster, and more reliable than hard disk drives. They're also smaller and are easy to fit in your pocket, or like I do for special projects, Velcro them to the back of my laptop. These are a great, cheap way to back up your photos from your PC. Windows and Mac both have backup routines built in that can help you back up your files. At a minimum, copy the folders where you store your photos on your PC to the SSD. They're also great for travel and creating backups of your photos and your videos while you're on the road, and they can fill in for extra memory on your computer for projects that take lots of space. I've used SSDs by both Lacy, which are weather and drop resistant, and Samsung, like this T7, in a small package, and they're both great. I've just ordered a couple of 4 terabyte versions of the T7s, which add weather sealing for my upcoming photo safari to Botswana. For best practice, get 2 and store duplicates, and just in case something happens to your house, store the second one with a friend or a relative. If you'd like to learn more about backups and storage, keep an eye out on my channel for an upcoming video I'm working on my complete workflow, including backups. My next suggestion is a sensor cleaning kit and a blower. Rather than cost you money, this one is actually cost effective in the end, avoiding the cost of paying someone else to do it. You don't need to ship your camera to a service center to have this done. Now I know that this sounds a bit tricky at first, but I guarantee you the first time you do it is the worst and it gets better. Sensor cleaning is needed from time to time as dust will eventually collect on your sensor and will eventually find its way onto your images. You'll need a blower, cleaning swabs, and cleaning fluid. On most cameras, there's a function for sensor cleaning that will either raise the mirror and the shutter like on a DSLR, or just raise the shutter like on a mirrorless camera. Some cameras have neither, and you can expose the sensor by just removing the lens. The blower is important in that you don't want to clean your sensor until you've blown off any large dust particles that aren't stuck on very well. Face your camera downward and blow a few puffs up onto the sensor. You want the dust to fall out, not just get swished around. Then you place a very small amount of liquid on the swab. Most people put too much and end up with big streaks of liquid on their sensors. More is not better here, less is more. Then you swipe once one way and once the other way using the other side of the swab. No rubbing. I know this sounds a bit daunting, but I guarantee you that after a few times you'll be fine. A helpful tip: when you change your lenses in a dusty environment, tip your camera down for the lens change, and you'll get less dust. I'm going to Africa next month, so I'll get tons of practice on this one. A couple of extra tips in a dusty environment: wiping down your camera and lens with a damp cloth before removing the lens is a good idea too. Also, note that you can buy sensor swabs in different sizes for different size sensors like full frame, APS-C, or micro four thirds, so make sure you get the right one for you. While we're talking about accessories that photographers need, what about learning new skills? I should use this opportunity to thank the sponsor of this video, Skillshare. When I wanted to start a YouTube channel, I needed to pick up all kinds of new skills, shooting video in a studio environment, and how to get the best out of audio. These were all new skills for me. My goals now are to raise my game in audio and video processing in DaVinci Resolve, my video editing software. I've been enjoying videos on Skillshare from Marquise Brownlee, Ali Adal, and lately I've been watching Fred Trevino's class on editing audio, as I want my YouTube videos to have the highest quality audio so you can get the best experience. And while Skillshare is known for having classes in photography, film, and video editing, did you know that Skillshare has hundreds of career-focused classes too, like marketing your brand or starting a new business? This is a perfect time to reinvent your goals and yourself. The first 1,000 people to use the link below will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Next up is backup power. We have camera batteries that die, phones running low, headlamps that are on their last legs, and these often bring our photography sessions to an end. There's really no need, as backup power is easy and cheap. If you're out doing photography with your phone, then having a charged battery in your phone is obviously critical. Even if you do photography with a standalone camera, for many of us we also need a working phone at the same time. Directions, the flashlight, weather apps, and photo apps. Most phones can easily be charged using an external power bank by just plugging one in. Some have the power level right in the battery, a super feature to know when you need to boost it. This one by Nifu cost me less than $40 and shows me how much power I have left. Now when it comes to camera batteries, you have two options. First, some battery chargers can be powered by USB-C, for example, and you just need to plug it in. Also, some modern cameras can be powered by USB-C, like my Canon R5 and R6. Note though, that on some cameras you need a special cable called a PD, or power delivery cable, to make sure they have enough power. If you're away for a couple of days, maybe you need something bigger, like this Jackery. This is enough power for several days, can charge all of your devices, and still have enough power for lights, laptops, and other accessories. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite inexpensive accessory is. It would be great advice for other people watching the video. None of us are as smart as all of us. Another valuable accessory that I see people overlooking is to get away from that strap that came with your camera. Those are usually the least comfortable and functional straps available. 1, they pinch the back of the neck as they're carrying all the weight on one pain point. 2, your camera is bouncing around or swaying as you walk around and lean over. And 3, they're usually not padded, so it can get quite uncomfortable at the end of a long day. There are better solutions out there. One is something like a camera harness, like a cotton carrier. These put a harness to your body from which you hang your camera. That way it's not bouncing around and the harness spreads the weight of your gear around, so there's no one single pressure point. But my favorite is a side strap, like the ones made by Black Rabbit. I own 2 of these and they're great for a few reasons. 1, they're padded so they distribute the weight much better. I carry a 5 kilogram setup and I've hiked 12 kilometers with this before, no problem. 2, the camera bounces less and you can even lay your hand on your side to settle any camera movement. And 3, having the camera at your side is less obtrusive than having it on your chest or on your belly. The next easy to get and use accessory is a card wallet. These are just wallet-sized pouches designed to hold your memory cards. One reason to get this is to have a place where all your cards are automatically stored when you're not using them. I knew I needed one when I was looking for some SD cards, and I knew I owned 6, but I could only find 2. One was in a jacket pocket, one was on a desk, one was in a seldom used camera, etc. When you have one of these, your brain automatically tells you that once you're done using a card, like after you've imported your photos, don't leave the card laying around, straight to the wallet. Another reason is that some cards are so small that losing them if you leave them laying around is a real risk, like these micro SDs. This one is made by Think Tank. I bought one with a larger pockets to hold my CF Express cards, which are quite a bit bigger than SDs. In the little pouch in the bottom, I keep my micro SDs, which my drone and my GoPro use, and which I'm certain to lose if I leave them laying around. These are obviously also great for traveling and staying organized. You can even have a system, for example. If the front of the card is facing outward, the card is empty or has room for more photos. But if the back of the card is facing outwards, the card is full. Another great accessory is having an adjustable LED light. There are tons of times in photography where you need light to see what you're doing or light for your scene or your subject. This Evizy G2, which you can see right here, is only $99 USD and can change color and brightness. I also have this more expensive Falconize F7. You can charge these via USB-C and they last a decent amount of time. I use them as accent lights in the studio, lights for light painting a Milky Way scene, or as extra lighting on my subjects for some video work. Some of these come with honeycomb grids to contain light spillage, and some even allow you to create effects like ambulance lights, strobe flashes, or lightning effects, all of which could be handy if you were making a short movie or ad campaign. Most also come with the right threads to attach to the end of a tripod. A nice feature to look for is adjustable temperature. If you apply a cold light to a warm scene or a warm light to a cool scene, it just doesn't look right. And finally, my bonus tip for a super cheap but powerful accessory is an intervalometer. You can get these on Amazon for $20. What an intervalometer does is that you program it to take photos at regular intervals. So for example, one photo of a 4-second exposure every 5 seconds. With this, you can take time lapses of aurora or the Milky Way, clouds moving by, a moving cityscape, or even just set it up during a meteor shower or lightning storm to keep taking photos, hoping that one of them will capture an amazing natural wonder. They're dirt cheap and easy to use and open up a whole new world of photography for you. Just make sure you get one designed to work with your camera, as different cameras can have different formats of sockets for them. If making time lapses of aurora interests you, that was last week's video, which you can see here. If you found this video deserving, give it a like and YouTube will share it with even more people, helping other photographers get the best out of this amazing hobby. I hope you can use these tips to go out and take your own amazing photos. I know you can do it.